let's talk about the JFK assassination. On November 22nd, 1963, JFK was assassinated. And Lyndon B. Johnson, new president, he organizes a commission called the Warren Commission to investigate what happened. And they produced this huge report, thousands of pages. And the report says that only one person was involved, Lee Harvey Oswald. And he was able to kill the President of the United States because of his communist sympathies. And that's it. Okay? There are certain problems, though. Okay? So this is the President of the United States, and he's in Dallas touring Dallas. I want to point something strange about this picture, okay? You see how in the front, JFK is in the front, but all the security is behind him. That makes no sense. What's the point of security if the security is all behind him, right? Because if someone rushes and attacks him, they're too far behind, right? Also, you see how the bodyguards and the police officers are to the side? Well, that's to prevent snipers, right? So my question then is, why is this car behind structured in a way to protect the people inside, but the car carrying JFK, it doesn't have any bodyguards? That's kind of strange. All right? This is the location, the map of the motorcade. So JFK, he's streaming down, and then when he gets into the spot, Lee Harvey Oswald is able to take 3 shots at him and kill him at the spot. So Lee Harvey Oswald takes 3 shots and kills JFK. But as you can see, the problem with this location is there are actually lots of places where you can take a shot at the president because he's in an open car with no security. And there were a lot of witnesses who believe that there were other shooters as well, at least one more shooter. And they heard the shot from other places. Many of these witnesses, almost 30 of them, were all killed or they died mysteriously soon afterwards. That's very strange. This is the menorah, okay, which is a holy candle in the Judaic tradition. You see how the shape is very similar to this plaza called Dealey Plaza? What's also interesting about Dealey Plaza is it was the site of the first Freemason large temple in Texas. Okay, so there are these religious significance to this place. It was almost like they picked this place for a ritual sacrifice. Okay? So we'll talk about the Freemasons later on because they're very important. The Freemasons are the ones who some say control America. Okay? Lee Harvey Oswald fired 3 bullets. And there's one bullet which hit JFK. But it's called a magic bullet because it was also able to ricochet off JFK and hit Governor Connolly, who was also sitting in the car as well. Okay? So they insisted that there was only one shooter. He fired 3 shots, and 1 bullet was able to injure everyone because the bullet was a magic bullet. That was in the official Warren Commission. Okay? So Lee Harvey Oswald, he's been arrested and he's been charged with killing the president. This is Lee Harvey Oswald, when he's going to court, he is ambushed by a man named Jack Ruby. You see how close Jack Ruby gets and shoots Lee Harvey Oswald point blank. Okay? Now, this is a strange picture because, first of all, how did Jack Ruby get so close? There was no security. Second of all, you see how Lee Harvey Oswald, he's being held in place by 2 police officers who are much bigger than him, right? So it's very hard for Oswald to dodge the bullet, okay? That's number 2. Number 3 is, you see his reaction. He is a trained police officer, and he looks scared. He looks confused. If you are a police officer and someone comes at you menacing, right? You know to push him away or draw out your gun. But you see how he just freezes. That goes against his training. That's very strange. Okay? I'm not saying that this is a conspiracy, but I'm just saying how this doesn't really add up. There are lots of questions that are raised by this. Also, JFK has a brother, Robert F. Kennedy. And in 1968, Robert F. Kennedy runs for president, and it seems as though he's about to win the Democratic nomination. And then he gets killed too. And again, the question is, how did this happen? And it's a mystery how this man, named Sirhan, and he does not look like a killer, okay? Lee Harvey Oswald does not look like a killer. He does not look like a killer either, okay? But they charge him with a crime, and he's still in prison. And even today, he's saying, I didn't do it.